we will be adding two fractions with unlike denominators, so different denominators. And these are the three problems that we will solve. But if you want to pause the video here and attempt them, feel free. So we have 5 divided by 9 plus 2 divided by 3. So the denominators are different. This is a 9, this is a 3. And for fractions, you can't add or subtract fractions unless the denominator are the same. So what we need to do is change this 3 into a 9. And how we can do that is by multiplying by 3. Now if you do it on one side, you also have to do it on the top side. So I'm also going to multiply this by 3. And the reason we're allowed to do this in math is because 3 divided by 3 is 1, so we're not really making any changes. So we have 5 divided by 9 plus 2 times 3 is 6, and 3 times 3 is 9. And just to make sure, if I was to divide this by 3, 6 divided by 3 is 2. And if I was to divide this by 3, 9 divided by 3 is 3. So it's a match. So now this is just like what we've been doing. So whenever the denominator is the same, we get to keep it. And we have an addition sign, so we just add the numerator. We just add the top piece. So 5 plus 6. So we can write 5 plus 6. And we know 5 plus 6 is 11. So our answer is 11 divided by 9. And now we'll do another one. Now this is a little bit different. The denominator here is 2 and here is 3. So the denominators are different, and so we need to do something to make it the same. So we have to find the least common denominator. Now if I multiply this by 2, we get 4. And if I multiply this by 2, I get 6. So it doesn't match. But if I multiply this by 3, I get 6. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply this by 3. And I'll multiply this by 3. And the reason, again, why I'm allowed to do this in math is because 3 divided by 3 is 1. And whenever you multiply 1 by any number, it's the same number. Now here we have a 3 and we want to change it to a 6. So we can multiply this by 2. If I do this on the denominator, I have to do it on the numerator. So let's clean this up. So 5 times 3 is 15. And 2 times 3 is 6. Plus 1 times 2 is 2, divided by 3 times 2 is 6. So now I have a nice common denominator, and so I can just add the numerator. So I get 15 plus 2. So 15 plus 2 divided by the common denominator, which is 6. And we know 15 plus 2 is 17. 17 divided by 6 is our final answer. Alright, this is the last problem. So here I have 7 divided by 4. Here I have 2 divided by 6. So again, no common denominator. So I can just add it because I have a fraction. And with fractions, we need to have a common denominator. Now, if I multiply this by 3, I get a 12. And this is important because if I multiply this by 2, I also get a 12. So I multiply this piece by 3, so I need to do the same for the numerator. And since I multiply this by 2 in the denominator, I have to multiply this piece also by 2 in the numerator. Okay, so 7 times 3 is 21, and we know 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 times 2 is 4, and 6 times 2 is 12. So we have a common denominator of 12, and we have the numerator of 21 plus 4, so we can just add the numerator. So 21 plus 4 divided by the common denominator, which was 12. And we know 21 plus 4 is 25 divided by 12. And this right here is our final answer. And that's all we need to do for adding two fractions with unlike denominators.